Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at the part 2 of Stafford Gambit traps. Now in the first part we looked at the D3 variation, which has numerous traps that you can play as black pieces, and if you haven't checked that video I would highly recommend you go back and look at the video. Let's focus on the remaining traps, and I promise these traps are equally exciting. So let's check all of them. In this next variation, after d captures c6, we get e5 instead of d3. This e5 move attacks the knight and knight moves to e4. White again attacks this knight with d3 and we will play a stunning move, bishop to c5, sacrificing this knight. Here we have a double attack on the f2 pawn, so white has to capture the knight. D captures e4. And now we get another sacrifice of the game. Bishop captures f2 check. This king has two moves, and whatever move king plays, white loses the queen. If king captures f2, we get queen captures d1, and black has huge advantage early in the game. And instead of capturing the bishop, if king moves to e2, we get another bishop into the attack. Bishop to g4 check, and after king captures f2, we again get queen captures d1, and this move also attacks the bishop. So knight to c3 and queen captures c2 check. King moves back to g1. Now look at this position. White has two double pawns on e file. The two rooks are still not developed, and the two bishops look horrible. And this is a completely winning game for the black. Let's check out the next moves. In this next variation, after d captures c6, we get knight to c3 and we play bishop to c5, putting some pressure on the f2 pawn. And after bishop to c4, we play knight to g4, putting more pressure on the f2 pawn. Here white castles, and now this pawn is protected twice. However, we add another attacker, queen to h4. The best move for white, h3, attacking the knight, and we get knight captures f2. Now we are threatening some nasty discoveries by this bishop on the dark diagonal, and we are also attacking the queen. So queen moves to f3, and now I would encourage you to pause the video and find the forced checkmate in 7 moves. Congratulations if you found the sequence. Here we get knight captures h3 check, and this is a double check, so you cannot capture the knight, you have to move the king. King moves to h2, knight to f2 check again, and queen blocks this, queen to h3. We add another attacker, bishop to d6 check, and after white blocks g3, we get queen captures h3 check, king to g1, and queen to h1 checkmate. In this last variation of Stafford Gambit trap, after d captures c6, we get queen to e2. We again develop our bishop to c5, pressurizing the f2 pawn. And here, white attacks e5. Now this is a blunder. We again play queen to g4, putting more pressure on the f2 pawn, and this f2 pawn cannot be saved. So white tries f3, attacking the knight. And here we get bishop to f2 check. This bishop cannot be captured by the king, and if queen captures the bishop, you lose the queen. So king moves to d1, and now we get knight to e3 check. And again, this knight cannot be captured with the pawn because the pawn is pinned. So here the only move, queen captures e3, and we again capture the queen with the bishop. Bishop captures e3. This is again a very big advantage for black early in the game. Thank you for watching Stafford Gambit Part 2. If you haven't checked Part 1, I would highly recommend go back and take a look at it, because Part 1 has other traps and variations in Stafford Gambit. If you like this video, please share and subscribe, and thank you for watching Chess 365. Let's enjoy chess.